going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you like college football. I do videos just like this every single day. So I've done 2 videos where Gold and Blue Dude went head to head against 2 different fan bases so far. The first one, Mississippi State, because they whined and banned me because I put them on the top 25 most miserable fan base because they sucked. And then the second fan base I put on there was, of course, Pitt. It was actually encouraged by Pitt fans to talk trash to see if they could one-up me. Well, I shut them down. Today I did a quick, and I mean quick, overview of Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State. Ohio State fans were not satisfied. I did not go into depth as much as they wanted me to. Even though in the video I said this was going to be quick. So I was trying to, wrap it up. And I've already done a preview earlier that went into depth. So I wanted to make this crystal clear for Ohio State fans for their in-depth. Here we go. Oh, here's the notes that I saved for my previous video. Yeah, I did go super in-depth. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll go over this again. First off, Ohio State, the number 2 recruiting class in the nation. That's pretty stinking good. I mentioned that they lost Justin Fields and Trey Sermon. Those are some big losses. And I also mentioned that the 3 quarterbacks that are in the competition right now hasn't thrown a single pass in college. But I did get ripped for not mentioning Master Teague. Well, in my previous video, I did mention Master Teague. The problem is, last year he lost his job because he was averaging less than 5 yards a carry. That's why I didn't put much stock into him in that video. And then they had a big issue with me for only mentioning Chris Olave, even though I was just highlighting him. He is the best receiver you're going to have this coming year. And that was the point I was trying to make. But I didn't mention enough receivers. So here we go. The biggest name that I was getting ripped up for was Garrett Wilson. Well, here you go. Last year, Garrett Wilson, 43 receptions for 723 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's not bad at all. Jamison Williams, 9 receptions, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. Julian Fleming, 7 receptions for 74 yards. And then a wide receiver by the name of Jason Smith. Then his very last name I can't pronounce, Njigba, however you want to say that. 10 receptions for 49 yards, 1 touchdown. And Jeremy Ruckert, their tight end, 13 receptions for 151 yards and 5 touchdowns. And of course the quarterback battle, C.J. Stroud, Jack Miller III, and Kyle McCord. And they do get 3 out of their 5 starters back on the offensive line. They lost center Josh Myers and right guard Wyatt Davis. Big hits right there, especially Josh Myers. They're going to have to do some shuffling around on the offensive line. Going back to Master Teague, last year he had 104 carries for 514 yards, averaged 4.9 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns. That's why he lost his job to Trey Sermon. That's why I didn't make a big deal out of him in that overview video that I just did. I'm explaining myself. Why am I explaining myself? Anyways. And then of course, wide receiver Chris Olave, 50 receptions for 729 yards and 7 touchdowns. That's the biggest win for Ohio State on offense. They get him back. Last year they averaged 519 offensive yards a game and 41 points per game, which is 11th in the nation. They allowed 25.8 points per game, that's 43rd in the nation, and allowed 402 offensive yards a game. Not terrible. The big names to remember on defense: cornerback Savon Banks, defensive end Zach Harrison, safety Marcus Hooker, safety Lathan Ransom, safety Josh Proctor, defensive back Marcus Williamson, and quarterback Cameron Brown. Here's their schedule for 2021, Ohio State fans. At Minnesota, win. Home against Oregon, win. Home against Tulsa, win. Home against Akron, win. At Rutgers, win. Home against Maryland, win. At Indiana, win. Home against Penn State, win. At Nebraska, win. Home against Purdue, win. Home against Michigan State, win. At Michigan, win. Ohio State's going undefeated. I was wrong. Ohio State, the Buckeyes, they're going to go undefeated. They're going to win the Big Ten championship. They're going to the playoffs. And when they get to the national championship, they're going to whoop Alabama and get their revenge. And they're going to beat them 49-3. Hey, does that pass? Do I get an A? Did I pass your standards? Was that good enough? Did I go in depth enough? Did I praise y'all enough? I'm just wondering. Give me some feedback on this, please. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.